When the movie begins and you hear the song like do 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 do, actually I got goosebumps. Welcome to my channel. My name is Facundo Unia and I hope you're doing fine. Today I'm going to talk about Jurassic World Rebirth. Is the movie great? Is it bad? Let's find out together. Let's begin. The movie starts with Scarlett Johansson's character Zora. She's a cool mercenary that is offered tons of money if she accepts a very deadly mission. The thing is, Scarlett Johansson, Zora, she suffers from PTSD. She came home from a very dangerous mission where she lost one of her friends. Okay, so let's begin. It's gonna be a few spoilers, but no more than you have seen in the trailers, because the trailers actually show you the whole movie mostly. Okay, let's continue. Let's dig into the latest dinosaur smorgasbord, because a lot of people are getting served to very hungry dinosaurs. You're like, no. The movie was very fast tracked, and you can actually see it in the movie. It suffers from it. Yes, the direction and the dinosaurs and things like that, I liked it a lot. But the script really would have needed more time. So now I'm gonna first tell you all the positives and then the negatives. And after that, I'm gonna give you a list of my favorite Jurassic Park movies. Okay. I really love Gareth Everett's direction. The movie looks great, with some genuinely scary scenes. Some even reminded me of Final Destination. Actually, maybe a little bit too much like Final Destination. But it felt like a return to the basics. It's one of the strongest Jurassic World movies. A lot of people are complaining a lot about the Latino family in the movie, but actually I like them a lot. You know what? Representation matters. The family were in some of the best and coolest scenes in the whole movie. And I liked how the father, Ruben, kept his family safe, or safe-ish, because he won't say. Families actually in the most dangerous scenes in the whole movie. The water scenes stole the show, especially with the opening with the Mosasaurus. That thing is terrifying, and the thing is, actually, I'm scared of underwater creatures. So I jumped a few times, but I'm scared of underwater creatures. Actually, I think the reason I don't like underwater creatures is because of the Jaws franchise. But a funny thing, I really enjoy the Meg franchise. It's a mix of Jaws and the Fast and the Furious. The Megalodon is chasing them and they have to escape very fast, and they're like, yeah, it's fun. It's a very fun franchise. I liked the Scarlett Johansson's character. She felt very strong and grounded. You could actually feel her pain after losing her friend. She has some cool and emotional scenes. Scarlett Johansson Zora felt a lot like a 1990s action hero. Came with quick lines and stuff like that, but she wasn't the only one. Mahershala Ali, he was also a throwback character from the 1990s. You know, one of the stuff guys that says cool things. Yeah, it was very good. So he talked about something tragic that happened to him, and while watching the movie, you can understand that that's gonna come back soon in the movie. And it did. For me, the ones who had the best script was actually the Latino family. Ruben, he had a very good line. Line made the whole movie stood out for me. And it was like, they talk shit about us, but we don't need to believe it. Because when we believe it, ourselves, what they're saying about us, that's when they win. And that hit hard. I liked it a lot. In the movie, I felt like there were not too many characters, because it didn't feel like many of them were actually going to be red shirts. You know, like in Star Trek, when you have characters that are just there and to get killed off, you got a feeling of who's gonna get killed very easily. But in most of the scary movies and serial killers and monster movies, it's most often a person of color who dies, or a gay character. Actually, LL Cool J, he was one of the first ones that survived 2 horror movies. He survived Halloween H2O and Deep Blue Sea. But it wasn't like that at all. And the best sequence in the movie is definitely the T-Rex versus the raft. And also the Mosasaurus. Those are so good. They're pure chaos and they're pure fun, and I enjoy that. And actually, I was afraid. Actually, I was afraid during those two sequences. Yeah, it was fun. Now I'm gonna start talking about the negatives in the movie. Script was rushed too, and it would have needed one few more goes so the script would have become perfect. The thing is, the movie is actually pretty predictable. Early on, you can guess who's gonna survive and not survive. Okay, not really, but yes, the movie starts with a character that screams evil money guy, and even another character who's a real douchebag in the beginning, actually this character in the beginning is a real prick, thinks that the money guy is very shady. This corporate guy, he reminded me of the evil corporate people in the Aliens franchises who throw anybody under the bus for a quick buck. Yeah, actually the character wasn't my favorite character because you can see from very far away what the arc was going to be for this character. It was like very much in your face. And the worst part, the movie starts by telling us that nobody cares about dinosaurs anymore. That felt actually very bad. Why should we care if the world inside the movie doesn't? Dinosaurs should be awe-inspiring forces of nature, not something that everybody is bored of. It made the stakes feel lower instead of higher. I think that part of the script should have been removed, because that lowered the whole movie for me. Big giant mutant dinosaur that had been in old trailers isn't in the movie so much. Actually, it feels a lot like an ugly copy of Rancor. The thing is, I came for all the dinosaurs and all the mayhem, but actually the Latino family, they made the movie much better. They felt like genuine. And the prick character, he started off like a real prick, but in the end, the character grew. And I think that many of the characters in the movie needed that. Like an arc that made them better. And another character I enjoyed a lot was Jonathan Bailey's character. Felt a lot like Jeff Goldblum's character, you know, the one that always says the right thing and life will find a way and stuff like that. And so talks about corporations. Yeah, actually, Jonathan Bailey's character was very good, but sadly, I would have enjoyed it to see dinos running around New York or like Buenos Aires or something. But no, in the movie they actually tell us that the dinosaurs are dying out and they're all living around the equator. That was actually something that I didn't enjoy that much. Because one of my favorite scenes from a Jurassic Park movie, when the dinos hit the city, like the T-Rex rampage through San Diego in Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World, that scene is still one of the best ones in the whole franchise for me. I would like to have seen more things like that. You know, like the dinos running around New York, eating people, or being like pets. That would be very good. Instead of having a dog, having a little dinosaur, that would be very cool. Oh, and Blue? Blue is one of my favorite characters in the whole franchise. Blue wasn't even there. Instead, we got a very cute dinosaur called Dolores. It actually means pain in Spanish, which was kind of funny to name like a dinosaur Pain. Did I enjoy the movie? Yes, actually, I think it's one of my favorite Jurassic World movies. Okay, so now I'm gonna tell you my favorite Jurassic Park and World franchise favorites. Okay, let's begin. Of course, the original, that one was the best one. I really love the original one. It was the first time that you actually saw really realistic dinosaurs, and it was, oh my god, I really love the first one. It's very good. The Lost World. Why? Because of all the city dinos. You know, when it's like going around a big pool and like a barbecue stuff, and it's a little kid. Yeah, it's very scary. I like that movie. Dino Rampage in a city. And then I liked the third part. And actually I think Rebirth reminds me about Jurassic Park 3. After 3 comes Jurassic World, and then Jurassic World Rebirth, and then the two other ones. I didn't enjoy them so much. They were good, it was funny, I liked them, they were like popcorn movies, but Rebirth stands above those two movies. All in all, I love the movie, but I would have loved it even more if they hadn't dropped that people don't care about dinosaurs anymore angle. Because, and honestly, I care, but why should I care if they don't care? The thing is, in this movie, the dinosaurs didn't feel like dinosaurs so much. It mostly felt like they were monsters. And that was another thing that I wished they felt more like the dinosaurs. And the biggest star in the movie is a T-Rex. Okay, thank you for watching. Tell me down in the comments if you like Jurassic Park. Have you seen this movie? What do you think? Drop it down in the comments. And while you're down there, please drop a like. Why not subscribe? Because if you subscribe, then we can hang out more with each other. That would be lots of fun. Okay, bye bye hugs, take care, bye bye hugs. Do, boop, boop.
Pom pom pom, pachom pachom chom, quédate, pom pom.